Well, hello. Welcome back to another exciting edition of Coffee with Stephen. So, this week's blog is entitled Uncivil Obedience. And I'm doing the blog, actually, this video right now, from our hotel in London. Um, as I had mentioned in last week's blog, we had traveled to Atlanta a week before. Thankfully, we did it the week before. It looks like it's underwater this week. And then this week, we have traveled to London to see Carolyn, our oldest daughter. So last week was the original one with Cheney in Atlanta. This week, we're spending time in the UK. Anyways, the blog itself is on this concept called uncivil obedience, and it's an interesting sort of legal explanation, for lack of a better term. There's been a lot of discussion as to why we're getting the types of judicial decisions that we're getting in a post-Bruin environment, where some of the decisions seem to be conflicting internally with themselves, that the logic doesn't sort of line up, and oftentimes judges that have displayed a very specific political leaning seem to be giving us victories which would be inconsistent with their underlying politics, and yet the decision itself seems to be logically inconsistent internally. And that sounds like a mouthful, but essentially it's like something weird does seem to be going on. Well, this concept of uncivil obedience would seem to answer that question. Essentially, the anti-gun judges are basically trying to shove idiocy down our throats so that we will all throw up our hands and demand an overturning of Bruin. Something that I don't think is going to happen. But interestingly enough, in their move to achieve this sort of confusion within their opinions, they might actually be returning us to philosophical purity, which is definitely a consequence that they had not intended. Anyways, do hope you read the blog, and I will be back in the United States on the 9th. So it's got a few more days here in the UK. Anyways, like always, train constantly, train consistently, train repetitively, and train with purpose. Above all else, stay safe.